worked. Nothing really worked, nothing more than when I used the UrGO, definitely I could see the change starting within days. You know, the first dressing change, the wound somehow kind of knew it was getting a hug, and the dressing fixed it. I live on Bribie Island in Queensland, and we've been there for 15 years. We have a wonderful lifestyle. We have ocean, dolphins, turtles, and wonderful friends, which are like family to all of us. I actually used to ride a regular bike, but then I had a stroke. And it took me a while to get over the idea that I could only achieve what I wanted to do by a three-wheeler bike. But I did actually sustain it quite a bad. At the time, it seemed just like a small little wound on my leg. It actually was a bit concerning because I usually heal very quickly, and this suddenly wasn't happening. But I think because of my left leg and my stroke was probably compromised with the circulation. There was definitely some infection, and it oozed quite a lot, and you could see it on the dressing. It came through within a few days. For the first time ever, which was what made me nervous, was when I could actually smell it, and that wasn't good. To be honest, after 6 months of it going on like that, I just thought I was just getting annoyed because it was just going on, and it curtailed me because we live at the beach, but I couldn't afford to go to the beach and paddle in the water because of the infection possibly that was going to become. After that, we then went on to the plus. So it was a compression stocking, dressings, and every 3 to 5 days, depending on what I could see was coming through the dressing. And we just progressed with that, and it's been fantastic. Even then, when I put the other dressing before I committed to the UrGO, I honestly had to take like Nurofen because every time they changed the dressing, it was really sore afterwards. With the dressings that I put on, the UrGO dressings, the silver ones definitely stopped that. And then once we gravitated onto the plus, it soothed it much more as it kind of calmed the wound down where the wound was at that time, and there was no more infection. When I saw the change, it actually made it, I seriously was excited when I could have the dressing on, and then it got to a point where I didn't ever see, you know, when it comes through on the dressing, and it stopped not coming through, and I really did get excited, and so it was like, I can't wait 5 days, I've got to take it off now and have a look. But the wound was getting smaller and smaller. Well, I have to say, my daughter's just been visiting from Singapore, and we were down at the beach the other day, and I said to her, oh, and then I stopped myself. She said, Mum, your wound is healed. And I paddled in the ocean. And I have actually advocated that myself when people have said, oh my gosh, look at your wound. Because our friends on the island have done the journey with me. So they've always been invested in, so it's an ongoing, how's your leg, how's your leg, how's your wound? So the day that I actually could take the plaster off and say, look, this is it now, I was super, super proud. Before it was try this, try that, and nothing really worked. Nothing really worked, nothing more than when I used the UrGO, definitely I could see the change starting within days. You know, the first dressing change, the wound somehow kind of knew it was getting a hug, and the dressing fixed it. It really was. I would recommend it to anybody.